dead.
Can I say something? I saw a YouTube clip of you that was, I watched it all night.
Which one?
Of you just doing impressions.
Really?
On another radio show years ago.
Oh, my God.
I know that must be old news, but I could not believe that I just bumped into that. It was amazing.
The old Howard show?
You used to be a sociopathic...
Lunatic, yeah.
Dude. You big, long, curly, lesbian hair.
Mop head.
Just an awful head.
Oh, it was just an awful afro.
It was, and it had bits of gray. He was like a young old guy. It's like like a junkie Jesus. Like he was just, like Rich Voss. He looked like Rich Voss when Rich Voss was a junkie. Doing any impression.
Yeah.
Like, you know what Anthony is? The cable guy.
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey movie where he grew up in TV and he can access any.
That's what I had to do.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Patrice, that was a time in my life where I just needed to get out of the construction work I was doing, and I was trying any venue to do it. And Howard was doing, this was back in like 90, what was it, 93 or 94 or something?
93, 94.
And he was doing some Jackie Martling sound-alike contest.
But you guys were working together still then.
We had just started. We had just met. Like, I had done Opie's show probably twice.
It was the Opie show.
And, yeah. It was Opie's Nighttime Attitude on BAB.
Oh, I had attitude, too, man.
That's right,
oh, boy,
man.
Did I.
That's what Opie get fired every Thursday.
And I went in, it was me and my buddy Randy Asher went in there. And we had a plan. We drove into the city, got on Howard's show. I did impressions of...
you missed a little detail.
What happened?
Drove in the city, got hammered.
Oh, yeah, I had to get hammered.
That explains.
I was drinking a lot of beer.
He just kept doing Jackie. But it was just, and people would try to calm him down. He'd just go.
No, I needed as much airtime as I could possibly fit in, and then I was doing impressions of Dominic Barbara and just anything I could throw out.
It was
the
amazing,
time.
dude. I was like,
well, now we got to play the clip, and we have a good audio clip of that.
It was just
get it to us.
Was that in here? Was that this?
No, it was the old studio. Down on Madison.
I stopped watching it. I was like, oh my! I said,
yeah. Believe me, I wanted out of construction and into radio, and I thought like any opportunity I got to get on the air would show my talents. But apparently, only Opie was the one that kind of saw it.
Oh man,
visualized it.
You know what's weird? Anthony was up for grabs. He was doing other radio shows, but this business is filled with ridiculous egos. They couldn't see past their own ego, and I'm like. Wait a minute, Ant. No one has grabbed you yet? Are you kidding? He was like a free agent. He was like the first-round draft pick. No one's picking it. What's wrong with these people? They would rather pick some, like, hole or something, to keep their ego as large as possible. They don't want to share the whole ego thing. Yeah, because he was doing shows all over the New York area. No one saw the talent to hire him full time. I'm like, these people are nuts.
Like, what was it? Now,
what was first freaking?
Wait a minute. Like, was it the impressions? Was it just he was pure funny? What was it like?
This whole story. No, it started with a parody song.
No, not. But I mean,
when he came on my show live for the first time and. The first 30 seconds, I knew we'd be working together for a long time. Okay. I had no doubt in my mind.
I kind of knew from listening to radio for so long, kind of what needed to be done. Like I knew to shut up when Opie was talking and trying to spell out a bit or spoon feed, as you used to say, to the audience what was going to happen, and not step all over him and just do it back and forth with him. I think that was a huge part of it. And then. Yeah, I was always doing impressions. And
there are
like
radio guys kicking themselves to this day. To this day, they had him in their studio doing their show, and they're like, just a bunch of dopes let him leave. I mean, the first time we were live in a studio together, I'm like, I ain't letting this guy leave. Sorry. I basically gave my 2 weeks at BAB and said, look, we're moving on. And I didn't even know if he was a serial killer on the side. I didn't care.
And you just put all your clothes in that knapsack, the runaway knapsack.
That was pretty much it. Threw my tools out the window and
a scarf wrapped around a stick and said, where we going?
I was in radio at that point. That was it.
Hey, we got Bob Kelly on the line. Very exciting morning. There's an energy around this place today. That's
Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
What's up, boys?
I was just gonna babble about something stupid, and Anthony saved me with your Bob Kelly.
Well, but hi, Bobby. But
I broke my knee sound.
you should have. When I first heard the magic with you guys, before I knew you, was when I heard the first show, and they're going back and forth. And Anthony does a George Burns impression.
All right.
And I
Shut up.
All right.
You know, we used to roast. Oh.
All right, listen.
It was our first show, and it is horrendous.
Why haven't we heard that?
We have.
We've played it over at XM.
We've attempted to get through it numerous times,
We're up
and
to
we
6
can't.
minutes in, something
The
like that.
two of us
All right,
just
listen.
cringe so badly.
Anthony was under his jacket. Literally, he was hiding under his winter coat. It was like an Ichabod Crane. There was no
I
head
couldn't
coming out.
watch any. I couldn't look at anybody. I
All right,
just.
Patrice, listen.
It was awful.
We're going to have to do this upright, though. I'm more than willing to play the whole first show and take my beating, but
no.
you have to be here. If we have Rich Voss in studio, it's going to be about Rich, and we'll beat him up, so maybe that's not good. Maybe Colin Quinn. We got to get the right people, and we'll play like our first show. It's only a 15-minute tape.
I was
we were
just
playing music at the time.
I was just happy to be there. Let me tell you something. I was so happy to just be doing radio, and I'm all like, there's too much energy there, and I'm like laughing too much.
I like that.
It is so. Shut up! You don't.
Where'd you find George Burns in the
Look, man? It was
the Rolodex?
It was one of those.
Because the guy was still alive at the time.
He was still alive, and he was in the news that week because I think his like 100th birthday was coming up, and it was just so embarrassing because I had him singing an Extreme song, and it was just.
Was it just bad?
No, it was good. It was like one of the. He's like, I wonder what it would be like if George Burns. And I said, you know what? I've also wondered what it would be like if George Burns.
That's what he prefaced it with, like, I wonder what would happen if. Did you turn around and put a George Burns wig on?
I had to put the cigar in my mouth.
On radio.
It was speaking of.
Wait, did he do a wilted body and come back up as George Burns? Like, did he do a smoke disappearing and come back?
Look, this is how bad it is. I can't even listen to you guys mock it, and Patrice hasn't even heard it.
It just shows you how far we've come. There was a time people loved Winger, and
it's so embarrassing.
He kept saying, "Yeah, right." Yeah, right. It was very happy. I like the.
All right, Jimmy.
Just happy to be there.
Jimmy, I want to slap you silly.
I like the happy.
Isn't
you
it
don't.
Uncomfortable Friday or something? You proclaim it?
Yes. I'm sweating.
Wait, let me ask you. Was you going? Ooh, boy, this might have been a wrong choice.
Opie was going, hey, it's Opie's nighttime attitude.
Shut up.
I don't think his voice changed yet.
And I was already 30. I can believe I was 22.
Where'd your anger come from? Did you get robbed outside the radio station?
Where did our anger come from? From idiots like the both of you. Just mocking.
Hi, everybody.
I was happy to be there. Ant was happy to be there. What happens is management just beats you down to the point you just get to be an angry soul.
Yeah.
An angry soul.
And that's where Opie came from. Because let me ask you, would you be Opie now?
Yeah, hold on, Bobby. Huh?
Like if you had to be, shut up. So if you had to be Opie now, would you be Opie right now?
What do you mean?
Meaning, was Opie from when you was happy? And you just stuck with Opie?
See, a lot of people think it's a radio name. It's not. I got it when I was 12. I'm stuck with this name.
Okay.
Stuck with it. You think I want to, be named Opie at this point in my life? Are you kidding me?
Imagine being like 55 and people are still calling you Opie.
Imagine.
Easy. What are you, crazy?
Imagine.
What are you, crazy? Don't tear down the eighth wall.
Oh, goddamn Patrice.
See, now he's getting cocky. Hey, Patrice.
Oh, come on.
No, there goes his plug.
Just plug me.
Why would
There goes his plug.
Just plug me. Don't hold that over my head.
Of course not.
Don't hold over my head, you old Opie.
Plug your own.
Hey, look, you can't take it out of him financially. The fact that I'm going to be at the Stress Factory this weekend, let me apologize for
What a whore.
Stress Factory tonight through Sunday. Don't let that affect your weekend.
Hey, Bob. Go with this. We're talking about Anthony. Patrice brought it up. You saw this video online. Got the audio.
Oh, God, I thought I was going to be out of this mess.
Well, we have the first show you and I did. We will have to do this next time Patrice is in.
Yeah.
You can't just play the George Burns.
Shut up.
What is your name?
No.
My name's Anthony from Roscoe. Anthony, all right. And yes. Oh, yeah.
Anthony, do you have anything to tell us?
Yes, what's black and white and green?
What is that?
My wife. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is Sam Kinison. Hey, Jack, you want to do some Vegas stuff with me, man? We'll, go out there with the Outlaws, have some fun.
Oh, where's the money? Where's the money? Green. I love green. Green money. Green weed. Oh.
Is that a good Jackie? Honest to God.
It was the it was Billy West's version of Jackie.
He was supposed to win the competition.
Oh, I got compliments and everything.
I think I still owe you a stereo.
How he loved me.
I think I owe you a stereo.
Yeah, I know. I should have won this.
Comedian or something?
Yeah, that's right, Howard. How you been, buddy?
Hey, good to see you.
For quite a while,
Yeah, I was thinking of stuffing your body and taking you out on tour. You're much easier to work with now.
Yeah, that's true. I was pretty obnoxious there. It's not too good being dead. Those Christ jokes not going over too well these days.
Boy, he's good. He might look odd, but he's good. Hey, you do Beavis?
Coming from Howard.
The dumbest contest I've ever done and stuff.
Man,
this sucks.
Go back to your Kinnison. All right, very good. What is your name, Anthony?
You're stupid.
What's your last name?
Anthony Cumia.
Well, you was just a problem.
Just happy to be there.
Okay.
Just happy to be there, you
Every
ass.
second was funny.
I had to
what's
be.
your name, man? Anthony Cumia.
Dude, that was...
You slap your face and spit on the floor.
Every second. Let me explain that. Every second...
everybody as he's talking.
Every second I was on anyone's radio show was my ticket out of the friggin' mess I was in construction.
Oh,
so I was like, I didn't want a second to go by that I wasn't on and doing something.
He was auditioning. Who are you
I was auditioning for the Howard Stern show, believe me.
He was moving around fast.
If Howard would have told me you had a job, I'd have been saying F Opie, that clone hack, right now as we speak on Sirius. I swear to God.
I'm thank God you didn't. I mean, look, man. Opie and Anthony Cumia have been very good to me.
Like he just was just wacky without repair. Like
One more.
Oh, you bastards, man.
I work on the Opie show on WBAB. Is that right? What is the Opie show? It's Opie, 7 to midnight, WBAB. I don't even know what that is.
Opie's the guy that sort of does your show on WBAB at night. He takes a lot of phone calls. He's outrageous. He's a young guy.
Big fan.
A big fan of yours. Big fan.
Not really.
But hey, who is it? But meanwhile, you do a great Jackie. That's all I can say.
Thank you.
Can you imagine the dismissive, some dude named Opie? Okay, hindsight's 20/20 now.
Yeah.
Like, oh, jeez.
Well, I said that I was going to go on and plug Opie's show on Howard's show,
And you did.
And yeah, I did that, and it cost me the stereo that I should have won because I was the best.
All right, I'll buy you one.
Did it really cost you the stereo thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was obviously going to win, but then
I had
that
it
little
wrapped
plugged
up.
in didn't...
I had it all wrapped up.
Hey, did you do you at all that day?
No, I don't think I did.
What's your name, Anthony?
I ended up on the E show also for that. Like, I was out in the hallway and the E video was going, and Dominic Barbara was out there, so I started doing a Dominic Barbara impression for years. This is going back like 94. This is friggin'...
Wow. He beat up Dominic Barbara pretty good with his impression.
I beat him up so bad.
And then years later...
I'm sitting in a courtroom getting a divorce, and my wife's attorney is Dominic Barbara, so it really kind of came back to haunt me.
Wow.
I'm up on the stand, and he's going, you do an impression of me. Go ahead, do it.
All right, listen, we got to do line of the day and then get out of here.